For the second time in a month, thousands of fish have turned up dead along a section of the Salt Fork River in northern Oklahoma. As with previous fish kills, what caused the latest one is a mystery, but the kill is now spreading to one of the state's major waterways.
It's a familiar scene in Kay County. Thousands of dead fish lining the banks, the sandbars, and floating in the middle of the Salt Fork of the Arkansas River. It's happened twice in a month, from the Highway 177 bridge to the confluence with the Arkansas River. But this time, whatever is killing the fish did not stop where the two rivers meet. Kay County Game Warden Spencer Grace.
This is a completely different kill compared to a month ago. This time the kill's moved further east. It's even moved past the confluence of the Salt Fork in Arkansas and down into the Arkansas roughly 2 miles.
And lying on a sandbar in the middle of the Arkansas River, surrounded by dead fish, the carcass of a deer picked almost clean in just 2 days by coyotes and vultures. On the airboat that took us up and down the two rivers was State Representative Steve Vaughn.
When you see the fish like this and you see them all laying there, it's a situation that has to be covered, it has to be looked at.
This is the 8th fish kill on this section of the Salt Fork in 4 years, and Representative Vaughn, whose district borders the Salt Fork of the Arkansas, says it is past time for some answers.
We don't know what we're creating here that's going from here to Keystone to the Mississippi and right on down. It needs to be addressed, it needs to take a look at.
The Department of Environmental Quality responded to this latest fish kill, as they have all the others. As the team was gathering new evidence, DEQ released the results of tests on water samples taken after the first fish kill of the month. The document lists page after page of substances tested for by DEQ scientists. However, those tests did not show any elevated levels of any of those chemicals. But because of the impact on the tests from the salt water in the river, which was elevated, DEQ says it increases the uncertainty of their test results. The test did find elevated levels of metals at the confluence with the Arkansas River: aluminum, manganese, iron, and titanium. That told investigators that by the time the team arrived on the scene, the slug of material that killed the fish had already made its way into the Arkansas and was gone. So once again, there's not enough evidence to pinpoint just what killed the fish or where it came from. But investigators do know the fish kill wasn't because of low water levels or lack of oxygen in the water. The findings leave Game Warden Spencer Grace frustrated.
I like to catch the bad guys, but when there's not a bad guy to catch, when you're chasing something that you can't see, it's very frustrating.
Another new element to the investigation is an increasing number of drinking water wells along the Salt Fork that now contain so much salt that the wells can no longer be used. Jack Klinger has spent all of his 77 years living along the Salt Fork and decided to have his water tested a year ago. The readings came back fine, but now 2 of the 3 family wells have gone bad.
And there's 2 houses there, not too far apart, and both of them can't use their water.
Others we talked with along the river who did not want to go on camera also reported their water wells had become so salty they could not be used.
Yeah, it's messed up, and their neighbors is messed up, and you just flat cannot use the water.
And for Jack's son and daughter, daily life now means they can no longer just turn on the tap.
They're buying them big bottles of water, and on the clothes, they're mixing it with that.
Jack Klinger and the others say this is the first time in their lifetimes that the wells have turned bad. Wells that are located close to the Salt Fork River.
God put us here to be good stewards of this world, this country, in this area. And we can't turn our backs and say, this is just happening. We don't really care, it's fish. It's the point is, it's an ecosystem that runs through everywhere.
And now, whatever is in the river has also become a health threat to humans.
People getting in the water and having ulcers and lacerations and infections because of that. Staph infection and just really nasty, kind of like it's burning their skin.
These are pictures of the sores that developed on this man's body after he went into the Salt Fork River 2 weeks ago. He did not want his identity revealed, but told us his doctor advised him to stay away from the water and do not eat the fish. An uncommon warning along the Salt Fork. The man and his family have fished, hunted, trapped, and swam the river all their lives, at least until now. Representative Vaughn remains confident the state agencies charged with investigating the repeated incidents are doing what they can to find out what's causing the Salt Fork to turn tea-colored and deadly.
You guys are the professionals, but you know what? They need to be held accountable, just like they do, just like my area does to me. By golly, let's take a look at it. Let's do what's right.
In just 2 days this week, 3 separate spills occurred at injection wells, which, along with oil and gas wells, line the Salt Fork River for miles. Residents we talked with say such spills are common along the Salt Fork, where the ground is sandy and the produced and salt water spilled from energy exploration quickly disappears. Game Warden Grace reported one of those spills to the Corporation Commission. We were the first to report the other 2 spills to the Commission. The operators of all of the wells shut them down and have been ordered now to clean up the mess.